I'm going to make a faux birdhouse to go out on my front porch. And of course, it's going to be a patriotic one. So I went out to the garage and I found a 2x8. And I done a 25-degree angle on it. And then I needed a roof. And I was looking around and I found this here. I didn't have to cut it down or anything. It's going to work perfectly. I just picked it up and I went over to the sander and sanded it a little bit. And it was a 9.5 by 3.25. So that's going to work. Then I went over to and got my drill and got one of those flat paddles, drill bits that you do circles with. And this is a 1 1/8. The bit was 1 1/8. And I drilled that hole in there. And then I came in and I thought, well, I want a star on there. So I went into my software. And first off, I was in Lightburn. So I made a circle. And I made it 9.2 millimeters. And then I sized a primitive star that I had over it and joined them, and I cut this out. So that'll go there for the star. But now I am going to take and I'm going to paint all these pieces with my this is folk art, and it has black added to it, and it's watery. It'll work perfect. It'll be just fine. And then I went way down in there. Then I'll let this dry and start painting it. And I was going to say, if you was doing this, you wouldn't have to even do the circle. If you could find a star and draw a circle in the middle of it and just paint it black, that would work. Totally, it would work. You wouldn't have to even, I mean, if you don't have a way to cut the center out and you don't have a way to cut your star out, I would just take a regular star, draw a circle, paint the circle black, and there you go. Okay, I stained this with my Waverly Antiquing Wax, and it's dry now. So I am going to put the first coat, and I'm going to use Dixie Belle in the navy on the top. And that stuff stinks so bad. Anybody else have this in the navy? Does it smell? I've never had one do that. Oh, it almost smells like something dead. It's terrible. I mean, it works fine. It looks fine. It just smells bad. I got that sitting way over there. I'm leaning back. I did draw a line from here to here. I can barely see it. And then I put some lines going down this way. I won't really need them because I'm just going to use... I was going to use this brush, but I picked it up. So I'll have to rinse it out before I start doing my stripes, because it's the whitest one I have. I'm going to finish this up and wash my brush out. All right, that's pretty much dry. At least I know the edges are here where I'm going to be working. And I'm going to start out with using Cardinal Red. And I've got a wide brush here. And I'm not going to tape it off or have it perfect. Gotta get that across there. My brush has so many hairs sticking out. That's good. Okay. And then I've got one here I'm going to do. I'm being quiet because I'm concentrating. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to paint this, this, and this, the Cardinal Red. And then these two right in here will be Antique White, I think. Yeah, Antique White by Apple Barrel. And while I happen to have my paint brush out with the Antique White, I think I'm going to do this in Antique White also. All right, I have the red painted. I had to give that 3 coats. I am going to sand it back, but it was just looking brown. But on this dark, I had to give it 3 coats. And now I'm going to use the Antique White in Apple Barrel. Boy, there's a piece sticking out. It will rub my red. I'm not going to be real particular about this here. Kind of wipe that off a little bit. Kind of come up here some. Oops, should have just left it. It's okay, I'm going to sand it back. Okay, I may have to give this another coat when it dries. Got a little sloppy up here. I add a little more to it. All right, I'm going to let that dry now. But I am wondering, oh, I've got to coat this. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this star here that I cut out. And I'm wondering if I want to go leave that color or go white or something on the sides. Probably just going to leave it. It's going to go outside on my porch. I think it's going to look cute. I'm going to deck the porch out this year. Of course, I normally do anyway. And my Patriotic decor pretty much stays up all summer. Something on that. Okay, I'm going to let this dry, and I'll be back. All right, I'm looking at this, and even with the star, where is that at? Put it right there. I'm thinking I need some little stars up here. So I'm going to get in my binder where I have my stencils and see if I can find some stars that I can stencil onto the top up there. And also, I was looking at the little roof piece. I think I'm going to leave it that color, just stained. And I still got to paint the inside here black. But right now, I'm going to go look for my stars. I went and found my stencil. And I've tried to lay it to where when I stencil, it might be I don't get anything except for maybe right there. So I'll have to watch that. And if I do get it, it's not going to be a big deal. It's just the very tip. Okay. I'll hold that down so it don't keep flopping up. I don't know how dark I want those, because I am going to distress it. I'll pull it back and see what it looks like. Okay. Yeah. Well, now, oh, there's one that didn't pop out, and it got, look, just barely got the outline. So I'm going to have to find something and get that out popped out. I've evidently used this a lot, but I haven't ever noticed that. Probably didn't use it all the way to that. Good thing I pulled it back before I took it off. That looks good. A little bleeding on that one, but it's all right. Now, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to paint this black, and then I've got to distress it. And now I'm just getting the inside of this with my black. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put the star over it, see what it looks like. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm about ready to distress it. I want to make sure those are dry. I have 2 stars. This is the one that I done the first time, and then I went back and made another one, and I thought I liked this one better. But this one looks more... I like this one. So, while I have this paint out, or there, and it's not dried up, I'm going to put this one down on there. Changing my mind. Now, I'm going to take it out to the garage and distress all of it. I took this out to the garage, and I used my sander out there to distress it. I didn't do a whole lot, because this was rough. This texture is rough, so when I just ran it over, it hit the tops of it, which worked out just the way I wanted it. And then on this, the roof, I just took my little finger sander and went around the edges as I did on the star. So now I am going to use this Minwax finishing paste in Special Dark and put that on there. It'll color it just a bit, not a lot. It'll go down in the crevices. You'll see when I wipe that back, that will not be that dark. Let me get this all on there, and then I'll wipe it back for you and let you see what it looks like. Okay, now, well, it won't show there. I'm not going to wipe it hard, just a little, because I still want it to look distressed and old. And the white not to be too bright. And I don't want to wipe my stars much at all. And there's what that looks like. I don't know if I'm going to go over this or not. This is the underneath. Let's see what I'm going to do. Yeah, I might go over it. It'll protect it because it is going to be outside. So I'll go all over this also and wipe it back. And that way it will seal my wood. And then on my star, I did go around the edges of it with the finger sander. That's perfect. Takes the bright white off from it and leaves it distressed looking. Okay. Now I'll finish this up. And then I'm going to take this out to the garage and put the roof on it. I'm going to put some glue. I have it marked where I think I want it. I'm going to put some glue on there. And then I'm going to use my brad nailer to secure it. And I think it should be done. I don't think there's any... Well, I got to glue my star down. But I don't think there's anything else I'm really going to do to it. Maybe put a little moss coming out of here. Oh, yeah. I got to put a little... You know, the little thing that comes out, the bird stands on. I don't know if I do a dowel rod or see if I can't find one of my old rusty nails to put there. I think that's what I'd rather have. But depends on whether I have one or not. And then it should be finished. And I think now, after I finish this up right here, I think I'll take you out and let you see an update on my craft room. It's not a lot, but it's a start. Because my husband has to work, and he has to work around the farm, and he has to mainly help other people. But it started anyways. Okay, now we'll go around and look at the craft room being built. I'll probably have to turn this, or just do a voiceover when I get out there. Make sure I shut the gate up. We got to fix where the chickens can't get in on the front porch anymore. Yep, there goes the wind. Okay, we step in here. Okay, right there is going to be a patio door. And his old pickup won't be sitting there all the time, and I'll have a pretty view. And then we're going to section a little bit of that off over there on that side for my power tools and my wood. And we've got this up so far, and then there's going to be a window there. There'll be a door over there going out of the tool room. And then a window also right there. So that will give me some light in there. Okay, what else? That's it. But it's a start. Oh, and then somewhere in here will be a door coming out of the garage. But this will probably be 3 times as big as what I have now. These broke bringing them home, and we had to put the thing down on them to hold them down to keep the wind from getting them and carrying it off. I'm ready to finish it up. I found one more of these nails. That's all I think I had left. They're kind of look like a horseshoe nail or something like that. I know they still make them, but this one is really rusty. So now I need to stick my star on there, and I think I want to have it off just a little bit like that instead of straight. So I am going to use some of my quick grip, Beacon quick grip. Get that on there. It won't take a lot. That's probably good right there. Okay, we'll put that. Which way was I wanting to do that? This way, I think. Okay, I'll leave that right there like that. And then I've got my hot glue gun on. And I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit, for 2 or 3 minutes before I start messing any more with it. And I'm going to put this in there. And I think that will be done. I'm not sure if I need a sign somewhere or just leave it the way it is. But once I get this in there, I'll figure it out. It'll either be this way or add maybe a little sign or a tag somewhere. Just not sure. All right, real fast, I wanted to share what I have been doing. Just more playing around. And on these, both of these are the same tea towels. They're 100% cotton. I got them off of Amazon. They're really nice. They're all hemmed well. They're straight. I like them. But this is 100% cotton, and you cannot sublimate on 100% cotton, and I wanted to. So I went on Amazon, and I found this. It had pretty good reviews. It's GEKIXUTP, and it's just a spray that you spray on. and you let it dry, and then you can sublimate on your 100% cotton. And it worked well. It really did. I just sprayed it on there, let it dry, and printed out my image with my sublimation printer, and I ironed it on, and it worked really well. The only thing I haven't done is to wash it to see how well the ink's going to stay in. I will wash this, and I'll let y'all know, because if that works, I'll be doing a lot of this. And then the next one is the embroidery here. I should have made this smaller. I got this from Blue Rooster Homestead. She had a free pattern, and I printed it off, but I printed it off, and then I scanned the print-offs into my Silhouette software, and I traced them so I could have it and save as an SVG and take it into my laser and let it cut the pieces. Because what I would do is just take a piece like, say this is going to be the mason jar. I would take a piece of this, and I would put like Wonder Under on the back and iron it on. And then I would take, when I go into my laser, I would just put this in my laser, and with the camera I would put the mason jar right here and let it cut it out. I didn't have to do any cutting. That's the way I done. There was 3 of these, 3 of those, 3 of those, and it went together really cute, and I like it. But I wished I had sized it down to more like the size that's on here for this paper, because she had a bigger towel and was using like a diamond shape. She folded hers in a diamond shape, as you can see. And so the big size worked fine for her. I was using a smaller towel and just folding it like a regular dish towel. So I wished I'd have kind of measured this and made it this big. All right, I just wanted to share that with you.